Christian parenting.
Hey Mama, I'm Pamela Henkelman, and you're listening to the Midlife Momma Podcast, the show for Christian moms who want to let go with grace and actually enjoy their empty nest. I'm a certified empty nest coach, speaker, and mom of 5 grown kids. I know the challenges this season brings, from letting go to setting healthy boundaries to rediscovering your purpose and reconnecting with your husband. Each week, I'll be your guide, offering heartfelt conversations, faith-filled encouragement, and practical strategies to help you thrive in this next chapter. My husband and I are loving the empty nest years, and I have strong, growing relationships with my adult kids, and I want the same for you. Don't miss the end of each episode. I'll share a quick coaching tip you can apply right away to improve your relationship with your kids or your spouse. One favor before we dive in. If you find this episode helpful, would you leave a rating and review? It helps other moms discover the show. There's a link in the show notes with instructions. Make sure you're following the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. Now, let's get started. Hey Mama, welcome back to the Midlife Momma Podcast. Today is a celebration, a milestone I can hardly believe, 200 episodes. Episode 200 quietly released on Christmas Day, and when I uploaded the episode mid-November, I sat at my desk and cried. I texted a few friends who supported me on the journey, and I so appreciated their love and their joy in celebrating this. I didn't want to celebrate then, so now that we are post-holiday, we can celebrate. My heart could burst with joy and gratitude. When I sat down in my tiny home office 3 years ago, hit record on a wobbly microphone and whispered, "Okay, Lord, use this," I had no idea what God would do. And here we are, a global community of Christian moms learning to love our adult children, launch with grace, and step into the empty nest with purpose. So today we're celebrating. We're looking back at where we've been, and we're looking forward to what God is still writing. And Mama, thank you. You made it possible. Whew, let's dive in, and hopefully I can not cry through the whole thing. I started this podcast because I saw too many Christian moms silently grieving the transition of launching their kids. We didn't talk about the sadness, the shifting roles, the expectations, or the disappointment. We felt alone. And God whispered, "Create a space for midlife moms. Use your gift of exhortation to encourage them. Remind them that I'm with them." And I said, yes. Did I know what I was doing? Heavens, no. But I'm understanding that I am a competent learner and I don't have to be afraid of new things, especially technology. And let me tell you, there's a lot of technology with a podcast. So let's talk about the most impactful episodes. And here are the ones that shaped this community most the last year. Episode 161, avoid these 10 phrases. It was the number 3 most listened to. And let me tell you, it's important because sometimes we just say stupid things to our kids and it causes stress in our relationship. Episode 163 came in as the number 2 most listened to episode. And it was really a great conversation about how we see the world differently. We communicate differently. And so because of these differences, that's why talking to our kids feels so hard. But there are ways that we can do it. Number 171 was a huge favorite. And it's all about letting go of control because honestly, we were the moms who hovered. We just hovered over our kids, and letting go of that brings such peace, and it actually brings you closer to your kids. Episode 193 was a holiday favorite when the grown kids can't come home. Adjusting to that is huge. And I'm so proud of moms who are learning to make this shift and realizing that it doesn't have to be like it used to be. Episode 166, Healing the Rift, Restoring Relationship with Your Son and Daughter-in-Law with Kathy Cunningham, was the most listened to episode last year. And here's why. I hear from you all the time. Please do an episode about in-laws. Either there's jealousy, there's stress, there's tension, especially with sons and their wives. And so this was such a healing, hope-filled episode. Each episode is a reminder that moms don't need perfection. They need presence. They need tools. They need God's grace. They need courage. They need hope. And they need to feel seen. And mama, here's what I've learned from you. Moms desperately want connection, not control. And adult children respond to peace, not pressure. Boundaries are love in action, and expectations are sneaky joy stealers. Moms long to hear, "You're not doing this wrong." I think that's the most important message I want you to know. You're not doing it wrong. We just have to tweak it a little bit. And moms are learning that God is faithful in every season, even the lonely ones. And maybe the biggest lesson is that you are braver than you think. Hey mama, if your house feels too quiet and your heart feels too heavy after launching your child, I've created a guide just for you. It's called Journaling Through Transitional Grief, a gentle, faith-filled resource to help you process the deep emotions of letting go. Inside, you'll find 6 reflection questions that will help you name your feelings, invite God into the grief, and experience His comfort in the middle of change. Remember, transitional grief is only a season, and God is leading you toward peace, purpose, and joy. You can grab your free copy at the link in the show notes. Now, let's get back to our conversation. I want to take you behind the scenes. Oh my goodness, the bloopers. There was a time when it would take me so long to edit an episode. It was stressful, and I cannot wait to hire someone else to edit the episodes for me. But the good news is it does go faster than it used to. There also was a time that I invited my dear friend Susie Miles back 3 times to talk about her new book, Empty Nest Blessed. The first 2 times we could not get the audio to work. And I'm telling you, we spent at least half an hour, maybe an hour trying to figure it out. I literally cried, and so did she. But take number 3 worked, and we had some fantastic conversations. Susie and I are kindred spirits, and I love her so much. Oh, there was the time that the program that I used to record quit working with guests. It just quit, and I couldn't figure out. I contacted the company. I was so frustrated, and actually, I still haven't solved that problem. So, see, I'm a work in progress. I don't know if you know this, but I have also struggled with trigeminal neuralgia for 2 years, over 2 years, and it causes burning pain in my jaw. And so every time that I record, my pain increases. And that is hard. But I am so grateful that the Lord has sustained me through this horrific trial. Having the podcast actually helps me not focus on the pain. It gives me purpose. And so it has been a lifeline to me in this really difficult season. You got to know that podcasting isn't glamorous. It's real life, and I love it. I want to say I am so grateful to hear from listeners. This is the part that makes me cry every time. So many of my coaching clients find me because of the podcast. One mom said, "Your podcast is exactly what I needed. I've listened to every episode." I'm like, wow, that is amazing to me. What a joy to hear a mom say, "Thank you for caring for us. Your podcast helps me feel seen and understood." This review really warmed my heart. She titled it Perspective. Midlife Mama has been a true lifeline that has helped me keep a proper, God-centered perspective as I launch my kids to college and young adult life. Thank you, Pamela. And another reviewer, Ariana, who was actually a coaching client, said, "Pamela is such a blessing. She gives us tangible wisdom on how to enjoy our relationships with our adult kids. Her advice really works. I use it all the time with my adult children, and my relationships are flourishing because of it. I'm so thankful." Let's look ahead to 2026 because God isn't finished yet. I spent some time in November praying over my content strategy, and your feedback from my survey was so helpful. Thank you for sharing with me what you need. And here are some of the topics we're going to cover this year. We're kicking off the new year with episodes on finding your purpose. I know this is something so important and you need. We're going to have more conversations on communication, boundaries, and rebuilding trust. We're going to talk about marriage and the empty nest and all the different nuances of that. I want to have healing stories from moms walking through tough seasons. We're going to have powerful interviews with authors, counselors, and thought leaders. And we're going to have more episodes about in-laws, grandparenting, and rebellious children. Year 4 of the Midlife Mama is going to be one of the best yet. Mama, before we close, let me speak a blessing over you. God of all comfort, thank you for this beautiful mom listening today. You see her heart, her longings, her love for her grown children and her husband. Wrap her in your peace as she walks this new season. Give her wisdom for her relationships, courage for the unknown, and deep joy as she trusts you with her family. Lead her into the next chapter with boldness and grace. Amen. Mama, thank you for celebrating 200 episodes with me. Thank you for showing up, sharing, reviewing, and inviting your friends. If this podcast has blessed you, would you help me celebrate by leaving a review? Because when you leave reviews, it helps more moms see the podcast. And share your favorite episode with another mom. Here's to the next 200 episodes. I love coaching you each week. You mean the world to me. I love you, Mama. And remember, you've got this, and God's got you. Thanks for spending time with me on the Midlife Mama podcast. I hope you leave each episode feeling a little more encouraged, equipped, and seen, because that's what this space is all about. Through the stories, insights, and conversations we share here, I'm coaching you through the ups and downs of the empty nest, helping you rediscover purpose, deepen faith, and enjoy this new season of life. If you're ready for an even more personalized support, I'd love to invite you to book a free connection call. The link is in the show notes, and we'll talk about how I can walk alongside you as your coach. And let's stay connected. Follow me on Instagram at @Henkelman. That's PHENKELMAN, or come find me on Facebook at Pamela Henkelman, Empty Nest Coach. You don't have to figure this all out on your own, Mama. I'm here for you when you're ready.